Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Earlham baseball on this Saturday afternoon. Doubleheader action today. It's the Titans of Wisconsin-Oshkosh and the Earlham Quakers. Earlham coming into this one this afternoon at 8-6 on the season. The Titans come in at 3-6. They're fresh off a win over Transylvania. We'll talk more about the Titans in just a couple of moments. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go back a couple of days ago, and Earlham starting to get things going a little bit more. In fact, put up 17 runs in their last game. You sat through that marathon, so talk a little bit about what you saw in the Quakers.
Well, one thing we've seen from the Quakers, not just this past Wednesday but Tuesday, their offense has seemed to come alive. On Tuesday when we saw them put up 5 runs, we saw their offense kind of delay a little bit, but they still had double-digit hits, which was a rare thing we've seen so far this season. And so my question for them was, can they carry that into Wednesday's game? And they brought even more, scoring 17 runs, and 8 of those runs coming in the 4th inning. So it seems like the Earlham Bats have woken up. They got great pitching lately, so we'll see against a good team like Wisconsin-Oshkosh if they can carry it forward.
Well, the key is that. Let's look at this team today that they're going to play. Oshkosh comes in, as we said, at 3-6. Now they're coming off a game in which they scored 10 runs and had 16 hits, which I would consider a much better Transylvania team than what the Quakers saw the other day. So we may see a team here, and I just know Oshkosh playing in that conference they play in, it's a battle time in and time out. So Walter Talcott, who's going to get the start today, is really going to have to be very, very good on the mound.
And I think today's game is also going to be good for the Quakers. I think to start the season, Wittenberg was a good test, but I think this will be by far the best test they have seen so far this season. Now, I wasn't down in Florida. I didn't see what kind of teams they played, but I think at this stadium, this will be the best test that they'll see going into conference.
What makes this series even bigger, talking about the 2 games today, and hopefully we get everything in tomorrow, there's rain expected in the area on Sunday, is that after today, then there will be 6 straight games on the road in the conference, so this is the final tune-up right here.
And it's always nice to keep building your resume. You know, they lost 3 straight in Florida. They bounced back. They've gotten 2 straight wins. And I think good quality baseball will get you good quality wins against quality teams like Wisconsin. And, again, we'll see what kind of baseball team we'll see today. This will be a great test for the Quakers.
Titans again at 3-6. They beat Transylvania 10-3, 16 hits. We'll talk about their players as we go throughout the entire afternoon. The Titans again will line up like this on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Let's give you their starting lineup. It'll be Griffith Lukes leading things off. He'll be the DH. Dylan Ott will bat second. He will be at shortstop. Alex Cook, perhaps one of their better hitters, if not the best hitter on the team, will be the number 3 hitter today. He's hitting at .444, the center fielder hitting third. Zach Radke is hitting in the cleanup spot. Radke is a left fielder, and he'll be, again, the cleanup hitter today. Jensen Hinton at .344 on the year catching. He'll be batting 5th. Hunter Staneski hitting in the number 6 spot at second base. Cade Bowman hitting 7th. He'll be the first baseman. Hitting 8th, Jonathan Selchow. Selchow is the third baseman. And Eric Modoff will hit 9th. He'll be in right field. So it'll be Lukes, Ott, along with Cook, Ratty, along with Hinton, Staneski, Ballman, Selchow, and Mondoff. And we'll see Colin Trammell going today for the Titans. Quakers kind of shaking their lineup up a little bit here today. Isaiah Shake will lead things off. He'll be in center field. Batting second now is Cameron Whistle. He'll be catching. Danny Dopp hitting third, the third baseman. Brian Pinsura hitting in the cleanup spot. He'll be at shortstop. Austin Hatfield hitting 5th, the third baseman. Cameron McCabe hitting 6th in left field. Easton Embry hitting 7th, the DH. Addison Robertson, who, by the way, is in the starting lineup, but will be playing in right field today. We'll talk more about that coming up in a couple of moments. He'll be hitting 8th, and Mark Gendreau is hitting in the number 9 hole. He will be at second base, making just his second start after coming back from injury. And as we mentioned, Walter Talcott getting the start for the Quakers here this afternoon. Both lineups are set. We're ready for the 2 games here today. Thanks for being with us. We will come back with the first pitch and more on Walter in just a moment. This is Earlham Baseball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Well, a beautiful day today, though temperatures may be a little bit cool. At least we don't have rain to deal with today, and we'll see those temperatures eventually get into the mid-50s here this afternoon, which is good news for a pitcher like Walter Talcott. I don't think he is a guy that likes to pitch in cold weather. We have seen that so far this year. He comes into this one at 2-2 on the season. This is now his 5th start. It is his 7th appearance. He has thrown 23 innings. That is a team best so far this year. He's given up 30 hits, 13 runs, 12 of those earned, 35 strikeouts, 7 walks. And the one thing that perhaps sticks out the most is opposing teams are hitting .319 against him. Those numbers just haven't existed before, but I think, again, once this whole thing starts to roll into some warmer weather, he'll be better. Facing a team today that is not a really, really strong hitting team overall, hitting .285. They only have 1 home run. Of course, the Quakers have no home runs coming in, so from a power standpoint, neither one of these two teams are going to use the long ball. But the one thing Walter's got to do, and we talked about it before, keep that ball low in the strike zone, get some ground ball outs, and try to make it easy on himself.
You can't miss the spots that your catcher gives, that your coach calls, and Walter's a senior. He knows where the spots need to be. I also think the Quakers need to be aware of is what we call offensive momentum. As you said earlier, Oshkosh coming in off 10 runs, double-digit hits. So I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about their offensive bats right now, and that's Talcott can – just, again, find his spots, trust his defense. I think Quakers got a great shot today.
Well, Griffith Lukes will lead things off, hitting at .227. No home runs and 2 runs driven in, and we're ready to get this one underway. Official start time right at 12 o'clock Eastern time, and the first pitch is on the way, high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll set the defense. There is a change that we haven't seen at least this year. We'll talk about Addison Robertson getting the start in right field. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball called strike. So Whistle gets the start behind the plate. Hatfield at first. Jandro is at second. Pinsura is at short. Dot down at third with McCabe, Shake, and Robertson in the outfield this afternoon. The high leg kick and the pitch hit foul. And we'll go to 1-2. My philosophy about Robertson starting in right field is I think they want to keep him focused the entire game. They've tried moving him up and down in the lineup. He's down in the lineup today. But I think maybe they want to see if they can work him into the lineup and make sure he's engaged the entire ball game.
Yeah, I also agree with that. And I think it's just another way to, as you said, keep him engaged in different areas of the game to where now in today's matchup he doesn't have to worry about just batting. He's got to worry about fielding as well.
And they're trying to find a way to get him out of that slump he is in, only at 125. And, of course, he's been moved down in the order to number 8 in this first game of the doubleheader. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Talcott's pitch on the way. That one in on the hands of Lukes. He'll foul it away, and we'll go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wisconsin-Oshkosh 3-6. Again, a 16-hit performance against Transylvania. Cade Bowman went 3 for 5 in that game with a couple of runs scored and an RBI. Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball got him looking, and that is strike number 3. And Griffith Lukes will head back to the dugout. Here is Dylan Ott.
Nice start for Talcott, and we've already seen how he likes to pitch in this kind of weather.
Yeah, this will be much more to his liking as we see Ott step up, 371. No home runs. He has driven in 4. Ott had a couple of runs driven in their matchup against Transylvania as they get set to head back north. This one is hit into right field. Coming over as Robertson reaches up. He can't hold on to it, and that'll fall in. We'll see how they'll score that. It was on the run there for Robertson. He did get a glove on it. So the Titans have a man on. They're going to give him a base hit. Or they give him an error. I see H on the board, though. All right. They're trying to play with their minds down here. So that'll be an error on the right fielder, Robertson. And that'll bring up Alex Cook. 444 on the year, no home runs, and 4 runs driven in for the left-handed hitter. And the pitch by Walter is low and outside for a ball. Well, they were quick to jump on us down here with that H on the board,
right?
And
yeah.
These 2 guys over here. I was going to call it an error, but I wait for you guys to make the decision.
We read the scoreboard over here.
They make the dollars to make the call.
Yeah.
So Ott at first base, Cook, the number 3 hitter. Walter, long look in now to Whistle, gets the sign from the catcher, and now he's set to throw. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Ratty coming up next at 324 on the year, and they still don't even get to one of their better hitters in Jensen Hinton, who's hitting a 344. Middle of their lineup, very, very potent.
They got middle of their lineup is all seniors, so this is a veteran ball club.
Here's a strike.
Dylan Ott on first base right now. He's so far this season 6 out of 7 stealing bases, so won't be surprised if they try to send him in the next pitch or so.
Set that tone early as they, again, are not a big stealing team, but they're not a team that's going to really drive in a ton of runs game by game, but they're going to try to get this one in early. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cook back in, the pitch on the way. It's inside. And we're now 3 balls and a strike. .365 slugging percentage. Quakers not a whole lot better. It kind of gives you an idea that neither team big-time hitting teams as far as the power goes. As Walter set to throw, and the pitch hit foul.
Well, I'm curious to see because on Wednesday they put up more runs in that game than they put up in their entire trip to Florida combined.
Yeah.
So, but Oshkosh is a much better equipped team than Olivet was that day, and so I'm very curious to see how the bats for Earlham are going to play against a well-balanced squad like this.
And you're going to see their best pitcher. Their pitching staff has really struggled this year. Speaking of Oshkosh, runner takes off. That is hit straight back foul. And we will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And you look at the numbers, they are very similar. When you look at the Titans, they have struck out 80 times. Quakers are over 100. We'll get to that when Earlham comes to the plate. But of the 89 hits that Oshkosh has this year, only 21 extra base hits. So they have a lot of singles throughout their lineup. 19 stolen bases as a team. The stretch again by Walter. The pitch on the way, hit foul. Now you know why Cook is hitting at 444. Guy battling at the plate from the left side, and we'll try it again. One of the ways we play here in the top of the first inning. Here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, it's 3-10 down the left field line, but there is a high fence about 40 feet all the way stretching about to the first light pole to the left as the throw to first not in time. 375 in the alleys, 390 dead center, and then 325 down the right field line. It is not a ballpark that you're going to see a ton of home runs. So even though the dimensions are smaller, unless that wind is blowing out, balls just do not carry very well here at Sadler Stadium. The stretch once again, and the pitch runner takes off, hit well into right field. That's a base hit. Rounding second is Ott. He'll head to third, and now the Titans have runners at first and third and 1 out.
Told you, when you come in after a 16-hit ball game, you're still feeling very confident, got all the momentum on the offensive side of the ball. So Oshkosh coming out very strong and already got runners in scoring position with only 1 out.
Zach Ratty hitting at 324, no home runs. He has driven in 5. So a good start for the Titans here this afternoon in game number 1. Chance to get on the board in the top of the first inning.
And we talked about Robertson having to be engaged in all aspects of the game, back-to-back hits his way.
Yeah. So now we'll see if the runner at first can make any type of movement as there's a swing and a miss. Still just 1 away. Ratty with those 5 runs driven in. Right now second on the team behind Staneski. High fly ball, and that'll go foul. No balls, 2 strikes. We talked about it earlier. This is the final tune-up. There is a couple of non-conference games mixed in there once we get into the HCAC portion of the schedule, but these 3 games are very important. Want to get a lot of momentum going into the conference season. Throw to first, tag late on, not in time. For the Quakers, will go to Transylvania on Tuesday. That's a doubleheader. They'll go to Bluffton next week for a doubleheader, and then we'll begin the month of April. And by that time, we'll be halfway through this season. Throw to first. Nope, they'll fake and throw to third. Tag late on and not in time. The home plate umpire was looking at the field umpire, and the field umpire looking at the home plate umpire.
It's a circus.
Like, did you get that, or did I get that? That would have been an interesting call late in the ball game. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside corner, got him looking. Second strikeout now for Walter Talcott.
And a huge out for Earlham now with only 1 out remaining in the top half of the first inning. You don't have to worry about turning a double play in order to prevent the run at third. Just get either a strikeout or an easy out now to prevent any damage in this top half of the inning.
Jensen Hinton at 344 on the year. No home runs he has driven in for. Another left-handed hitter. I was watching them in batting practice, and they had a left-hander throwing BP. Generally, if you see that and you know you're going to face a right-handed pitcher, you would go with a right-handed pitcher in the chance to do BP, but they had a left-hander in there. So that pitch is outside 1-0. And man, maybe that's just the case where they have just a left-hander throwing.
Yeah, possibly. I think when you get to this level, you've seen so many pitches, right and left-handed pitchers, that you're kind of used to it by now.
That ball hit foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ott's down at third, Cook is at first. Titans trying to get on the board here in the first inning. Walter will come set. And the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. This might be the first day, if it holds out, where we have actually had sunshine all day long. It has been a rough fall, or should say rough spring, excuse me, for all the Midwest teams in college baseball. The 1-2 pitch hit foul. Another good cut by Hinton. Hinton out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Walter trying to get out of trouble after the error in right field and the base hit by Cook. The pitch hit well. That's a base hit. That's going to score the first run of the ball game, and it's 1-0. And there was no doubt that was a solid base hit. Well, you're one pitch away from getting out of it, but Hinton, a good hitter. Here is Hunter Staneski. Staneski, 278 on the year. Right-handed hitter as he steps in. No home runs. He has driven in 6. You know, we look back when we were broadcasting games earlier, and I talked about this series just only really because I think that, again, Oshkosh is a good baseball program, but with the conference season coming up, this one is nubbed off the hands. Talcott is there, and that's going to fall foul. Well, you know what? Now, the thing that bothers me most about that is that your first baseman probably is the guy who needs to come in and call those guys off. And Hatfield was playing back on it, but I thought that was hit high enough where he would get to it.
Yeah, I thought he was too. And actually, second baseman John Dro thought the same thing as you saw. He got in Hatfield's face right there. You know, that's good leadership right there. You got to keep your players accountable and get on them when they're not doing what they need to do.
Well, the thing that hurts you now is you're hoping that Staneski doesn't come back and get a base hit right here.
Because I also thought that was smart by the batter to slow down and get in Talcott's way to prevent him from trying to from grabbing the ball. But I do agree. I thought it should have been Hatfield to run up and make that grab.
Well, that's baseball IQ. The guy who's coming in is going to be the one. You certainly don't want Walter to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And your catcher can't make that long run, so.
It shouldn't have to be that. It should be the first baseman, the one who makes that grab.
Walter's pitch on the way is outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Staneski. But and when you're a team like Earlham that even though they got 17 runs in their last game, it is vital you don't let those little things happen.
Yes, exactly. Because that's not winning baseball right there, put it to you that way.
The stretch and the 1-2 pitch on the way is outside. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. A doubleheader today, and then tomorrow a single game. That'll start at noon. These generally, if you look at games like today, it can be a really long day if things aren't going well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Titans in the top half of inning number 1. So the air comes back to eventually hurt the Quakers as Wisconsin-Oshkosh, after half inning of play, They lead this one 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports. Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
We are back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. If you're visiting the Richmond area, make sure you stay at the Best Western Classic. At the Best Western Classic, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike. We head to the bottom of the first inning for Wisconsin-Oshkosh. They will turn to their best pitcher on their staff, Colin Trammell, 2-1 on the year, an ERA of 2.63, 2 complete games this season. He has 21 strikeouts, 7 walks in 24 innings of work. And now we're going to talk about the Quakers in the hitting department. Isaiah Shake, 370 on the year, no home runs, 5 runs driven in. He has 9 stolen bases, and it's well documented this is where it starts. The Quakers have got to get this thing going offensively. And there's the first pitch, low, 1 ball, no strikes, and that means getting on base. Now, they have 48 stolen bases. I would have ventured to say if we went back and researched it from a game-by-game situation. Here's a fly ball into right center field, and coming over to make the catch on the run is the right fielder, and he went a long way.
Yeah, he did.
As Modoff is there to make the catch, and there's one out.
For a moment, I thought that was dropping between the two.
Yeah, he covered a lot of distance in right field. As there is one away, that'll bring up Cameron Whistle. But if you look at the 48 stolen bases, that's just over 3 per game. I think that is behind the average that the Quakers like to run. So that number is down as well. They're just not getting guys on base and putting themselves in position to get stolen bases.
Exactly, and that also just goes back to the struggles that they've had on the offensive side of the ball. And everybody can see it in all categories that they're not the same hitting team they were a couple years ago. And I know Coach Sackowitz wants to get as many guys on base, steal as many bases as possible. They're just unable to do that consistently so far this season.
That pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Let's run down some other numbers, because baseball, I think more than any other sport, that's why they have all the different statistics. We've got things in this screen in front of us that almost tells you how many times they've gone to the restroom. That's how much you have here from a statistical standpoint. But they're only averaging 6 runs per game. They're striking out 8 per game. So that gives you a pretty good idea as we get an opening walk right here as the Quakers will get a man on. It gives you a good idea that I think some of these guys are pressing a little bit, and Robertson is the one that comes to mind the most. A guy still trying to find a way to get himself turned around. So what does it take?
What it takes is every athlete goes through adversity. They go through a time in the season to where everything's not going the way they wanted to, and you have to keep a positive mindset. You got to keep a strong mindset, and you can't have that victim or defeat kind of mindset, because not only does it keep hurting yourself, but it keeps hurting your team. And so you just have to keep trusting the process, trusting what got you here, because he is a senior. He's had 3 great years here at Earlham, so he has to keep trusting everything that has got him here so far, and eventually it will turn it around.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now, speaking of Cameron Whistle as well, he can run 3 stolen bases, hasn't had as many opportunities as I'm sure he would like to have. as the next pitch is a breaking ball outside, 2-1. By the way, Danny Dopp at the plate, 306 on the year, no home runs, a team best 10 runs driven in. The stretch by Trammell as the catcher Hinton looking to the inside corner. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low. 3 balls and a strike. We will set that defense. Hinton behind the plate. Bowman is at first. At second base, Daneski. Otts at short. At third base, Selchow. And we'll get the outfield in a moment. This one hit high and foul. We'll go to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brady's in left, Cook in center, Modoff in right. Well, I'll tell you what, the top of the order really is doing its job. 370, 367, 306, Pinsura 348. You've got a smidgen of guys in the mix down low that are, McCabe at 295, Embry 323, but their numbers have been limited just from a standpoint of at-bats.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course, Mark Gendro, good to have him back. In
his first game at back, you could just tell they really missed his presence on the field.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Danny Dopp. First strikeout in the day for Trammell.
Right there, Dopp didn't have his mind made up if he wanted to swing or not. He pretty much swung the bat after the ball had already hit the catcher's glove.
Here's Brian Pinsura, 348, no home runs, 8 runs driven in, 9 stolen bases on the year. There are 2 guys in the lineup right now, and we're not picking on anybody. We just like to point out the idea that you can see the struggles of some of the guys. Time is called. With Hatfield next. Now, Hatfield, a power guy in the middle of the order. No home runs. He struck out 14 times. You mentioned Addison Robertson at 125. We thought maybe those numbers as that breaking pitch will stay high and inside. You thought maybe his numbers were going to start to come up after that series against Wilmington. They go down to Florida. He struggles down there. He has 17 strikeouts. So you're talking about 31 strikeouts between those 2 guys alone. Trammell with the pitch.
Not the kind of production Coach Sackler wants to get from his senior, one of his leaders, and Hatfield, who was a transfer from a junior college.
Yeah.
Who, he has experience on the collegiate level playing baseball. So I know that these guys want to just continue to keep that positive mindset, and I know Coach Sackler is going to keep giving them opportunities for them to break that slump.
Throw to first, not in time. I'm sure that fans are thinking, boy, you all sound like it's gloom and doom. I'm going to tell you what, if you can get just a little bit more hitting, and we'll get to this in a moment after this pitch or the throw to first, the pitching has really not been that bad. When you look at an ERA 4.18, which it's a little bit higher than you want, but the team batting average against the Quakers at only 264, and they've only given up 58 earned runs in the 14 games. So the pitching has actually been there for the most part. Here's a high fly ball, right center field. Modoff coming over, the center fielder Cook, and he'll make the catch. And the Quakers go down here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll pick up where we left off in just a couple of moments on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. After 1, the Titans lead the Quakers 1-0.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. We are back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as the Titans lead the Quakers 1-0. Doubleheader today. It'll be Bowman to lead things off. Selchow and Modoff coming up as well as final warm-up tosses now for Walter Talcott, his senior season. I'll be curious once we get into conference play. We haven't seen from a standpoint how some of these teams are doing in person because we haven't gotten to the conference. But, of course, when Franklin comes to town, that'll be a great series to watch. That's coming up not till the 20th of April. I'm hoping at that time when that does roll around that we're kind of right there in the mix because that could be a fun series.
That definitely can be a fun series. And as a competitor, it's always nice to play the team that they projected to be the first-place finish team, and especially when you get them at home, there's no better feeling and no better opportunity if you handle your business before that point.
And they are the preseason favorites to win again this year. There's a foul ball as Bowman at 500 on the year. No home runs. He has driven in 4. Well, I think with Jandro back and at the bottom of the order, he's more of a leadoff number 2 guy, but he kind of takes that Kendall Baker mentality at the bottom of the order where you really look at it. He's a leadoff hitter, and then you come back and you have Isaiah Shake as a leadoff hitter. But I think he's going to move up. And Mark
I do as well.
Yeah, he's not going to stay there long.
Yeah, Coach Sacro's still having Jandro get his feet wet in this season. He's only played in 1 game so far this season. Nice play right there from Brian Pensura at shortstop. We see the arm strength. But going back to Jandro, I think, Coach Sacros is still getting him comfortable to the season, adjusting and all that kind of stuff. So I think once conference starts, Jandro will be up there.
Well, he missed 13 games.
Yeah.
It's a lot of games to miss because of the injury. Here is Jonathan Selchow at 308 on the year. So 1 away here in the top of the 2nd inning of Game 1. That pitch swung on and missed. Well, you end up, if you can get Robertson going, and I think you will, I just can't believe that he's going to stay below 200 very long and get his bat going. There's a nice pitch in there for strike 2. And if you think that you get Mark back in, you can adjust the top of the order a little bit, where both those guys really belong up there.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling something's going to happen.
You know what? I'm with you on that one, Troy, and I just hope that we're here to see it when it does.
I am too. Pitches outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, this pitching staff, as we said, when you look at Walter and his career, what he is able to do, and now that the weather may start to warm up, this guy is going to be better and better, and I know he wants to get this team back to the NCAA tournament. Ground ball foul. But, you know, you look at some of the other guys on this staff that I think have been a pleasant surprise. Not that I didn't think they couldn't be excellent pitchers. You look at Colin Greavy. He is now 2-1, an ERA 1.86. Kyle Gorman has pitched well, 2-1, an ERA of 2.89. Those 2 guys have really stepped up. And then, of course, Joey Gerbus. His ERA is at 3.22. So those guys have done their job.
They're getting the pitching side of it down very well. They're just having trouble staying consistent with the bats.
Yeah. Well, maybe today will be the day, but right now the Quakers down 1-0, and Walter Talcott set to throw. Here's the break-even pitch on the way, and the fastball high and inside will go to 3-2. Well, you can hear he does have some pop on that on that fastball.
Yes, he does.
That's the one thing is really amazed me about Walter. He's out of Lafayette, played at Harrison High School. That pitch is outside, and that'll be ball 4. I'm going to make sure that Harrison High School before I say it, because I know it was one of the high schools, but I'm going to check and make sure. But nonetheless, I was more interested, a guy who is not really big, but able to throw a fastball that's probably in the mid-upper 80s. Yeah, Walter went to McCutcheon, and it was out of the NCC. So now we will go to the number 9 hitter. Here's Modoff. 296, no home runs, 2 runs driven in. He'll show bunt and bunts it foul. That almost looked like a sacrifice bunt, which would be rather unusual with 1 away. I'm not sure if Modoff didn't read the sign incorrectly or not, but.
Well, I mean, and also if he has some speed on him, you hit it down the third base line, I think he could beat that out. Dopp's not playing real far, real close in.
Pitch is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Titans have 2 base hits. They scored the lone run in the first inning. The error on the right fielder, Addison Robertson, eventually came back to score. The 1-1 pitch on the way, hit foul. I got here this morning. It was still pretty chilly. These guys were out here, I think it was around 10:15, 10:20 when I got here today, and it was still pretty cold.
I mean, it's nice and sunny outside, but don't think we're going to have 80-degree weather.
Not today. Here's the pitch on the way on the outside corner, and got him looking. That is the 3rd time a Titan batter has been caught looking this afternoon in this opening contest. And we're back to the top of the order now in Griffith Lukes. Lukes now hitting at .217 on the season. He struck out looking his first time up. The pitch on the way by Talcott in there for a strike. You know, Walter not only likes just watching him the last 3+ years now, not only likes the warm weather, but if he gets in a rhythm, he's one of those guys that just gets stronger as the game goes along, as we see a ground ball as Jandro throws to first. And that will do it for the Titans in the top of the 2nd inning. They get a man on. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Titans on top of Earlham 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hey, a reminder, today's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with artificial flavors or colors. Only $3.50. Every Wednesday, the turkey breast, Friday, the tuna, and Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Austin Hatfield, followed by Cameron McCabe and Easton Embry. Trammell's first pitch on the way is in there for a strike. Hatfield at .255, no home runs. He is driven in 7, and the 14 strikeouts is one area that I know he wants to cut down on, but he's quickly behind at 0-2. This right-hander, boy, he's been tough early. Is that breaking pitch? You can tell he's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I like the way he works, too. Let's get the sign and go.
He goes quick. I think it goes back to that clock idea that they've been starting with.
There's a soft ground ball to the shortstop. Ott. Throw to first in time. There's one away. Well, I tell you what, and you know this as well as anybody, when you have a rhythm going, the infielder, they're awake, the outfielders are awake, everybody's into the game a little bit more, and that pitcher's rolling. Here's Cameron McCabe.
And I think you said it right. I like his style of he gets the signal and he goes. I think sometimes not with every pitcher, but I think the longer you stand there, I think it can just throw you off a little bit.
Yeah. That pitch in there for a strike. And you know Hinton's looking over, gets the sign, looks at the now players have the all the information on their sleeve,
wrist,
and so they can quickly get the information relayed to what they want to throw. That pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. McCabe, mentioned at 295 on the year, has 8 runs driven in. Nice breaking
pitch. That was
pitch.
a nice breaking ball right there.
We'll look at Oshkosh from a pitching standpoint. We mentioned their numbers. That one back up the middle, and that's going to get through. A single by McCabe. So the Quakers get their first base hit, have a base runner on here in the bottom of the second. Here is Easton Embry. Now they're pitching. Let's talk about Oshkosh. We mentioned it earlier. Their pitching staff has struggled this year. Tremble is at 2.63 in his ERA. After that, it goes to 3.38, but that's a guy out of the bullpen. Now, I'll give you some more numbers here in a moment. The stretch and the pitch. This one down the right field line, and that will drift out of play. But here's some of their numbers after that. 5.06, 5.79, 6.75, 6.75, 8.10, and then everything else on the staff is double digits in ERA. So their team ERA is at 6.51. They are just right now, to be bluntly honest with you, not a very good pitching staff other than maybe this guy right here as a starter.
But I also think sometimes you don't start the season off the way you want, but after the way you talked about their conference, I think Oshkosh needs to somehow find a way to get that ERA down, especially heading into conference. It's such a tough conference.
Yeah, they play a lot of good teams in their conference. 0-2 now to Embry. Easton 323 on the year, no home runs. He is driven in 5. The stretch by Tremble. He'll throw to first, tag late on, and they got him.
Got him.
And the crowd that is here from Wisconsin, their approval for out number 2, and the Quakers will lose the base runner. And now 2-1, and should say 0-2 the count now to Embry. So Earlham, when you're looking to certainly get out of perhaps a hitting slump as that is hit foul and get things rolling, you don't want a guy get picked off.
And I think those might be the most frustrating outs for a coach, because you're supposed to have your eyes on the pitcher all the time, and first move he makes, you have to have that first reaction to get back.
Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way, another breaking ball that's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we have seen, I think we talked about that in earlier games. I don't think we've seen as many times we see the Quakers getting picked off.
Yeah, and it's happened more recently. It didn't happen to start the season, but
time called before that pitch was in there for a strike.
Yeah, because I was right down the middle.
2 away here in the second. The right-hander's pitch on the way, hit into right field, and that'll fall in for a base hit right in front of Modoff, and the Quakers get their second hit of this inning, and now with a man on, that'll bring up Addison Robertson.
And see, it goes back to why I think pickoffs are the most frustrating outs for a coach. He stays on base, he gets a base hit, now you got runners on first and second with only 1 out, instead of 1 runner on first with 2 outs. So it just kind of puts your whole team in a bad situation when you get picked off.
Well, we've documented it well as Addison steps up, a 125 batting average. The pitch on the way is low and outside, and I don't think there's anybody on the team that is, from a standpoint, trying to get this thing rolling any more than Addison Robertson. 17 strikeouts coming into today's first game. Another throw to first, not in time. Bowman able to backhand that throw.
He's got a quick pickoff release.
He does.
On the mound right there.
Would be really good to see Robertson just get this thing rolling starting today. Swing and a miss. And as a head coach, Coach Sakasit's probably trying everything he can to get him more comfortable at the plate. Gets the start again in right field today.
But I think swinging at pitches like that last one is not going to help.
1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and a strike. Each team now with 2 hits. Stretched by Tremmel. Here's the pitch on the way. High fly ball, shallow right field. Coming in is Modoff near the line, and he will make the catch, and that's going to do it for the Quakers in the bottom half of inning number 2. They got a couple of hits, but they leave a man on, got one picked off as well. We will head to the top of inning number 3 as Wisconsin-Oshkosh on top of this one, 1-0.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
A beautiful day here in Richmond. Might be the best day we have had thus far. 1-0. As we'll see Walter back in for his 3rd inning of work. It's Ott, Cook, and Ratty all due up. Ott scored the game's only run after reaching on an error on the right fielder Robertson back in the 1st inning. You know, it sounds like to me that's a pretty decent crowd that's here from Wisconsin. They must have made the trip down to Florida or wherever they were.
Had to have.
Bunted third base side. This could be trouble, and that will roll foul. Well, he looked down at third base, saw Danny Dopp playing a little deeper.
And he nearly got it, too. Nearly got it. Just rolled foul, though.
Most of the teams have, even in the Division I ranks, have made their way back from Florida. And even the Big Ten season got underway yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So the HCAC, a little bit of a later start. Everybody's ready to go. Here's the 0-1. Good fastball. Of course, it's a busy day today with basketball. Your bracket probably still perfect after Liberty got a win last night.
I actually picked Liberty to beat them, too. A few of them, Irvine messed me up.
Oh, it always figures Irvine does. They mess everybody up. There's a swing and a miss. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Alex Cook. That is now 5 strikeouts for Walter. Alex singled to right field his first time up. What do you think about all that's going on right now? We always talk about the nexus of everybody playing at once. A lot of times that happens when you have Major League Baseball starting, and then we've got the NCAA tournament, you got the NBA, the NHL, Major League Soccer, you've got college baseball, college softball. There's everything going on.
I mean, even at Earlham College, you got a doubleheader in baseball, 2 lacrosse games.
Well, that one's hit well into left field. McCabe going back. He won't get to this one. 2 bounces off the fence at 375. Making the turn at second will be Cook, and he'll stay there with a stand-up double, and he hit that one well.
Yes, he did. He hit that far and in between the gaps, so nobody had a chance to make the grab.
Boy, that does, again, if you are not familiar with this ballpark, how well that was hit, and that thing still didn't get to 375.
Exactly, and we've talked about it in previous games before, and just balls do not travel in this ballpark.
Because I thought he hit that one about as well as you could hit it.
Yeah. This ballpark, it really is shaped to where if you're going to hit a home run, it has to be all power.
Swing and miss.
We saw one from Wittenberg, but it was 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds
Yeah.
that day, so that ball carried.
So we've had, 2 home runs hit
Yes.
here, both of them to right field, right? One hit the
Yes.
scoreboard, and the other one barely cleared, and even that was the wind-aided one.
The wind aided one, and I thought the one that hit the scoreboard, I thought that was – we
More
could tell. I thought we could tell as soon as it left his bat that was gone.
More legit,
Yeah.
The stretch by Walter, and the 0-1 pitch runner takes off. Low throw to third, no. Stolen base by Cook. That was a low pitch.
Yeah. And I honestly didn't think Cook got a good jump on the steal.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike, by the way, to Ratty.
I thought Whistle maybe got up a little too late. And if they had the throw down, I thought they'd have got him, but couldn't get the throw on target.
You're right. The pitch, I think, was low and outside and might have even caught him a little bit off guard.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Ratty. Chance now for the Titans to score here in the third. The stretch, here's the pitch. He shows bunt, pitch way outside. Good lead down at third by Cook.
I think it's a little too early to try to squeeze.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I'll give you something to think about. Wisconsin-Oshkosh right now. In fact, I think this might be the first ever meeting between these two teams in their history. 2-1 pitch is outside. Still no throw down to third. And we'll go to 3-1. Well, the one thing about showing the bunt right there is you better be on your heels. The third baseman, Danny Dopp, playing deep as he normally would, but you got to give that defense something to think about. There's a strike. But on the other side, you certainly don't want your number 4 hitter going up there and bunting. That's why he's in the number 4 hole. Good crowd here today as both the Quakers and the Titans well represented on a beautiful afternoon as Walter Talcott trying to get out of trouble here in the third. The pitch hit foul. We will stay at 3-2. Ratty now hitting at .316. By the way, live stats and all the Earlham sports news on GoEarlham.com. You can follow along with the live stats here and also for the men's and women's lacrosse games today at 1 and 4 o'clock. Another one hit foul. What is going to be odd, and of course we'll go to, next week where the baseball team will head out on the road. We have a lacrosse game, I think, on Wednesday and one on Saturday. That's it next week. So it's either feast or famine. We get 4 today and then only 2 the whole next week.
That's a nice week right there.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. This one looped into right center field. Robertson coming over, makes the catch. Runner at third will tag. Here's the throw, not in time, and it's 2-0.
There is a big crowd out for Wisconsin-Oshkosh today.
Well, if I lived in Wisconsin,
I wouldn't have made the drive.
I would have, yeah. If I had a chance to go to Florida, I'd have gone there if that's where they were.
Yeah, I'd go to Florida, but Richmond, Indiana?
Well, they're on their way home, so they just
that's true.
Stop on by. Here is Hinton, now 2-0 here in the third.
Dedicated fans.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure how that all works out. That's a check swing, but I have a feeling they had some kind of deal where maybe they go down and spend a week, and the baseball team had some kind of deal and bring the parents with them and stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
Women's basketball team, you went somewhere, didn't you? Florida. See, they went to Florida.
Every team goes to Florida.
Football team didn't, though. You didn't.
Nope.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Unfortunately, we don't get to travel that far.
Nope. Well, when you're playing, it's in August, the beginning of August into September. It's hot here anyway. You don't need to go down there.
I'm in agreement. I didn't want to go to Florida.
Way too hot at that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 hits on the board now by the Titans. Talcott facing his 13th batter so far of this early portion of the game. That pitch inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the break-even pitch. Low and inside. We'll go to 3-2.
And this is where I think pitchers, we haven't seen really consistency in finishing batters when you've gotten ahead in the count.
Yeah.
And we've let some get away by way of walks or hit by pitch when they're down 1-2 in the count.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's outside. That'll be ball 4. And Walter doesn't walk many. He gives up that one right there. And here is Hunter Staneski. Staneski struck out his first time up. Now hitting a .270 on the year. We mentioned Walter has 5 strikeouts now through 2 2/3 innings. The pitch on the way, just low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. I don't think anyone is harder on Walter than himself when he's not throwing strikes. If you know the philosophy of this pitching staff and their head coach, it's all about throwing strikes. Hit well, right at the glove of Danny Dopp, who snags that one out of the air, makes a nice catch, and perhaps saves the inning going even longer. So Staneski robbed of a potential base hit, but a run on the board. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Wisconsin-Oshkosh 2, Earlham nothing.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Hey, reminder, today's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on that transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. As we will head to the bottom of the third, Mark Jandro, Isaiah Shake, and Cameron Whistle all due up, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Mark hitting at .333, his first game back. He drove in 3, gets a good cut as he fouls that one into the screen, and he's down in the count at 0-2. Quakers so far managing just 2 base hits. Hit foul. So far, the right-hander Tremmel, everything advertised coming in. Opposing teams only hitting .200. 21 strikeouts on the season, and Mark strikes out to lead things off here in the third. There's one away.
And I think we're seeing, when we talked about earlier, against a team like Olivet, you put up 17 runs and 16, 15 hits in that area ballpark, and you play against a much better quality opponent. The offense seems to have disappeared so far.
Here's Isaiah Shake. He's 0 for 1, flew out to right field his first time up. Well, and it's all about making the right adjustments now. Even though, again, the numbers look really bad for a team standpoint, you still have to know this guy was their number one coming in. Yeah. Those 2 complete games, you very rarely see complete games at any level. High chopper over the middle. Ott charging, throwing in time. So 2 quick outs. Here's Cameron Whistle. Whistle walked his first time up. Still at 367 on the year.
The catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
Well, so far this afternoon in this first game, Earlham just not getting those bats going at this point, and they pitch in there for a strike. Gerard will take you through the middle 3 innings. See if he can do better than what I have done so far.
I don't know. I mean, the 2 games I did this week, they are 2-0.
That's what I mean. You the man. They're going to need you here, I think. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We mentioned both the men's and women's lacrosse teams are playing this afternoon. The men are playing first.
And they're set to just about to get that game underway.
And 1 o'clock start time. Ground ball to the second baseman and an easy inning for the Titans. As Earlham goes down in order, we will head to the top half of inning number 4 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Titans lead this one 2-0.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
we got this.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium, Earlham College Baseball. Walter Talcott still on the mound for the Quakers. Earlham trails 2-0 to Oshkosh going into the top of the 4th inning. We will see if the Oshkosh offense can pick it back up or if Earlham's defense can shut them down for a few innings. But we haven't seen dominant pitching from Talcott as we've been accustomed to seeing in the past 3 years, but he's finding himself in a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, he's gotten himself out of a couple of jams, innings that possibly could have been bigger, like the last one when that line drive was caught by Danny Dopp. But so far it's settling in and just needs to get that offense going.
Stepping to the plate for Oshkosh is number 23, the first baseman, Cade Bowman. In the first pitch, he fouls out of play. Bowman's first at bat, he was 0 for 1. He does have a .467 batting average coming into today's game with 4 RBIs. Talcott receives his signal. And that ball will be off the turf for ball 1 to even up the count at 1-1 for Bowman. And Bowman's first at bat, he grounded out to Pinsura at short. 1-1 count. And that pitch will be in there for a strike. So a 1-2 count for Bowman. Only 3 hits in the game for Oshkosh, but they did get 1 run in earlier in the first inning when Otts got on base off an error driven in by a base hit. Talcott's pitch is fouled down the right field line, and that will go out of play. So Bowman stays alive in the at-bat. Again, this is a time where Talcott, in a game like this, he has to finish off batters. He has the lead in the count. And this one he does. He gets Bowman to swing and a miss for the strikeout. And that will be the first out of the inning. And I think for Oshkosh, this is the first strikeout going down swinging. The other strikeouts, they've all been looking.
And, by the way, number 6 now by Walter.
The third baseman.
6 strikeouts.
Jonathan Selchuk.
And now batting for Oshkosh, third baseman, number 28, Jonathan Selchow. That ball just misses his spot. Ump will call that ball 1-0 count for Selchow. 308 batting average coming into today's game. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. Talcott's pitch is in there for strike 1. And I honestly couldn't tell the difference in spots from the first pitch to the second pitch. Talcott's pitch home will be a swing and a miss for strike 2. So it seems Talcott has found himself a little bit of a rhythm. Looking for second consecutive strikeout. 0-2 count for Selchow. Talcott's pitch is a swing and a miss from Selchow for strike 3. So 3 pitches and 3 strikes as Talcott gets his second strikeout of the inning for out number 2 and the 7th strikeout of the game.
So it looks like he's getting stronger now.
Looks like he's getting there. He's found himself. Now stepping up to the plate for Oshkosh is the right fielder, number 15, Eric Modoff.
Are you a professional wrestling guy?
No.
You know who is Steve Sakositz. I'm going to tell you who's a famous wrestler.
I do remember that because when we did basketball, he had me publicize some wrestling event.
I'm going to tell you who is from Oshkosh that is a big wrestling name over the last couple of years, okay?
Okay.
All right. His real name is Dylan Postal.
Dylan Postal?
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle?
Yeah. A little guy, about yay big. Hornswoggle is from
Oshkosh?
Oshkosh.
Little celebrity there.
I don't know if Sack knows that.
We got to ask him. Matter of fact, after this game is over during the break time, I'll go down and ask him.
Hey, you know who's from Oshkosh? I'm going to tell you also they have several NFL players and Major League Baseball players that came from Oshkosh.
I think people be surprised as we see a grounder hit to Jandro at second base. Ooh. He gets the throw there in time. It is a close play, but it will be out number 3 to end the top half of the inning. No runs, no hits in the inning for Oshkosh, and we head into the bottom of the 4th. Earlham trails 2-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We will be right back.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium, Earlham College Baseball. Earlham going into the bottom of the 4th, trailing 2-0 to Oshkosh. Only have mustered up 2 hits in today's game with an error. Their offense just has not found the same kind of rhythm that they've had in the past couple of games against Alma and Olivet. And leading off the inning for the Quakers is the third baseman, number 7, Danny Dopp. Let's see if he can get the Quakers going. Takes a strike or swings at a strike in the first pitch of the at-bat, so for an 0-1 count.
I'm working on trivia here.
Trivia.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Brian, you know about Hornswoggle. He's from Oshkosh. You might want to announce that to the fans.
Dopp takes a ball. It is a 2-1 count for Danny Dopp. I think Dopp hits one down the deep line of the third base line. It'll go out of play for strike 2. So now it even at the count at 2-2.
Well, that's one way to get out of the ballpark is pull that thing.
Yeah.
Only problem is you got that monster to try to get it over.
I always say if you hit it over the monster, avoid my car.
Yep.
And that ball goes out of play down the right side, so Danny Dopp stays alive.
7 Major League Baseball players are either currently or formerly from Oshkosh.
Wow.
They've had 9 NFL players come out of their community as well.
I think
Do you even know where Oshkosh is?
No. It's somewhere in Wisconsin.
Somewhere in Wisconsin. Well, if you go north of Milwaukee and south of Green Bay, it's right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a small town?
It's about 60-some thousand.
1,000.
Right there on the lake, too.
I think people sometimes get surprised that a lot of professional athletes don't come out of big-name cities. Dopp swinging a miss for the strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Well, I wouldn't think Oshkosh, that, with them being in the area they are, that baseball would be a community where you'd produce 7 Major League players over the years.
Yeah, that is very impressive, and it says a lot about the area of Oshkosh that they produce big-time athletes.
Yeah. But none bigger than Hornswoggle.
None bigger, none bigger. Brian Pensura at the plate for Earlham, and he takes a ball. So a 1-0 count.
By the way, they're probably better known for the amount of political people that have come out of their community. A lot of them.
Yeah, probably.
You can see I really have nothing to do during this time because there's not much going on out there, and I'm leaving it up to you. So,
not much going on out there at all.
I was trying to see. They actually have a Football Hall of Famer. Marty Below. I've never heard of Marty, but he's an NFL Hall of Famer.
2-1 count for Brian Pensura. What's the name?
Marty Below.
Marty Below? He's a Hall of Famer?
Member of the College Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, college football.
Look out.
And Pensura fouls it off into his own dugout. Players got to watch their heads down there.
Dutch Rennert, Major League Baseball umpire. I know about Dutch Rennert. He is from Oshkosh. I don't think any of the other names you would probably know. I don't know either. So back our way. Look out. Rooftop. There you go. That rarely happens here.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
Yeah. We may get one every couple of years.
It's a 1-2 count for Brian Pensura.
Oh.
And he will go down looking on strikes for the second out of the inning and the second strikeout of the inning for pitcher Trammell. And I think we are starting to see why Trammell is their ace.
Yeah, he's going to be the guy. Well, we won't see him again. That's the good news.
True.
In the last couple of games, but they want to kind of set the tone early, and they're doing it so far.
Earlham just can't figure out how to hit off this guy.
Well, he's got good movement on his fastball. You see a lot of breaking pitches.
Yeah.
He keeps you off balance, and he keeps you guessing, and maybe that's the best thing. You're really not sure where his rhythm is, what he might be throwing. It doesn't look like there's any tendencies that he'll do. And in fact, he just comes out and throws.
Yep.
And there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, well, he's probably thinking about Hornswoggle. I mean, what a motivation to have Hornswoggle as your, one of your guys from your hometown.
He might be looking more toward the baseball players of his town. But
Brian's from Waco, and that's where David Koresh is from. That's probably his closest hero. Shame on you down there. 2 balls, by the way, and no strikes. Am I right about that?
Well, it says 2-1 on the board, but either way, it doesn't look like it matters as Hatfield hits one behind the plate, and the catcher will make the grab for the third out of the inning. So no hits, another 1-2-3 inning for Earlham. They trail 2-0 heading into the top of the fifth on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Want to remind you, today's game brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. If you're in the Richmond area anytime soon and you're looking for a place to stay, try the Best Western Classic. They're dedicated to providing you with the best possible travel experience. And at the Best Western Classic of Richmond, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike.
Well, Troy, I think we talked about going into the game. Both teams had their aces on the mound, and should we be surprised that it has been a pitching duel so far today?
Not at all. Again, with both teams really not strong hitting teams at this point, I think it might be that way in game 2.
Honestly. First pitch for Talcott is a ball. At the plate for Oshkosh is the designated hitter, number 26, Griffith Lukes.
You want to know anything else about Oshkosh, or can I shut it down now?
Nope. You can keep saying information. What else is there to know about Oshkosh?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff.
They even got their own photographer down here.
There you go.
This team travels well.
I'll try to find you something spectacular this time, okay?
Luke's 0 for 2 in today's matchup, and he will take that one for strike 2.
I think it's kind of fun to look at other communities and see what's there.
It's always nice to learn about them.
Your number on the bathroom wall, probably.
Ooh, Talcott's pitch gets him for strike 3, and that was a dirty breaking ball that he threw right there.
Yeah,
and he gets Luke's going down looking for his second strikeout of today's game.
Yeah, that might be his best pitch of the day.
Yeah, that breaking ball was nasty. I got to give him that.
There's 8.
Ooh, that breaking ball was nasty. Back at the plate for Oshkosh is the shortstop, number 2, Dylan Ott. He is 0 for 2 in today's game. He has crossed the plate once. He has struck out once today's game. Ott with a .351 batting average. Talcott's pitch. In there for a strike.
That's 2.
It's a 1-1 count.
Maybe you should give him some of your donut holes.
You got to earn those. That ball down low for ball 2, a 2-1 count.
I don't think I could find anything else that would be real interesting.
Wikipedia only says so much.
Yeah, and none of these names would be real familiar.
To us, no.
To us,
people
yeah.
in Oshkosh,
they'd be
probably,
fine.
yeah. Ball fouled off. Still a 2-2 count for Ott. 1 out in the inning.
Average high in March, 40. In case you're thinking about temperature there.
Okay.
Highest
Average.
it will get in July is an average of 83. That's it.
That's it?
That is it.
Mm.
It doesn't get real warm up there.
Full count for Ott. He will foul that off down the right field line. Stays alive.
Average high in December, 30. 25 in January.
A record high, 107.
Yeah, look at that. 107 back in 1942. Well, they had 107. Well, that was, 107. Can you imagine that? Uh-oh.
Ott hits one deep to left field, going back. And it is over the monster for a home run.
Yeah, he got all of that one.
Yes, he did. You don't normally see shortstops the one. But he hit it over the monster in left field for the home run.
That fence, by the way, a lot of you, see if I can just move it over here a little bit. That fence right there that you saw, that's about 40 feet. So he got every bit of that one.
Yes, he did. And so much for us talking about hardly seeing home runs
Yeah.
here.
And by the way, first one hit to left field this year.
Yep.
So that's only 3 total.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Troy, but isn't that Oshkosh's first home run of the season?
Yep, that is their first. And he made sure it was a good one.
And he avoided any car damage, so that just added on to it.
Yeah, nobody can park right behind the fence.
So now the lead for Oshkosh is 3-0. Still 1 out in the inning. Number 32, Alex Cook at the plate. Swing and a miss to even up the count at 1-1. And another one of those hits that it didn't carry. It was a home run straight off power.
Yeah, there's absolutely no wind here today. It was all one just nice home run.
Pitch in there for strike 2, 1-2 count.
Walter doesn't give up many home runs.
No, he does not.
He's a guy who keeps it low in the strike zone, so when you get one, you definitely earn it. Oops.
Breaking ball gets away from him, so that'll even up the count at 2-2.
All 3 of their runs are coming between the number 2 and 3 guys in their lineups. Top of their orders doing the job.
And for Earlham, haven't found any kind of offensive hitting from any spot in the lineup.
Yeah, I believe they have 4 hits now, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
they have 4 hits. And again, all 4 hits coming between 2, 3, and 4. And the 5th hitter Hinton as well.
Talcott's pitch. It's fouled out of play by Cook. So still a full count. And again, Talcott had Cook down 1 and 2 in the count, and I think it goes back that those are batters that you have to finish off.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
You can't give him life.
Yeah, can't give him another one.
Talcott's pitch is fouled off into the Earlham dugout. So he still stays alive in the at-bat. It's full count for Cook. Only 1 out in the inning still, and he will foul it out of play again. He's really working at the plate. Three runs off 4 hits for Oshkosh. Need to take a time for the umpire can gather more balls.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about watching Oshkosh, they do a nice job staying in there.
Yeah.
Close pitches, they're going to make sure they try to foul them off, even though when you look at Walter with the 8 strikeouts, these guys do battle. And especially these guys at the top of the order.
He hits one high to center field. Isaiah Shake under the ball. And he will make the grab for the second out of the inning.
Well, you talk about a high sky today. There, in fact, I don't see a cloud anywhere.
I don't either.
And if you're not used to playing in that, and we've seen just nothing but clouds, it seems like that's really a tougher play than it looks.
And especially with the sun being behind us, so
Yeah.
that could possibly get into the eyes of some of these outfielders.
Well, they're going to battle it the rest of the day, so there's no getting away from it at all.
None at all.
And I don't think there's going to be any clouds today.
Talcott's pitch in there for a strike. At bat for Oshkosh is number 29, Zach Ratty. Talcott's pitch, grounder hit to Dopp at third. Dopp there, he will make the throw, and good scoop by Hatfield for the final out of the inning. So 1 run and off 1 hit for Oshkosh to extend their lead 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, we will be right back.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Earlham's about getting involved. We have more than 60 student clubs with new ones starting every year. A variety of sports, plays and concerts, parties, trips to nearby cities. Interesting people from all over the world. Earlham College, always engaged.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Earlham trails 3-0 going into the bottom of the 5th. Left fielder Cameron McCabe at the plate, and he takes a strike. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tremill stays in for a complete game. He is just dealing right now.
Well, especially since he has 2 already, they know he can be a workhorse. A guy's not afraid to eat up some innings.
Well, and I haven't seen him really throw a lot of pitches.
He hasn't. Hadn't needed
Strike 3. Cameron McKay goes down on 3 pitches, and Trem Mills' breaking ball is just filthy.
Yeah, he is. You think now the Quakers have not had a base runner since Embry back in the 2nd inning.
That breaking ball is filthy. He got McCabe on a fastball and 2 breaking balls, and there was nothing McCabe could do about it.
And that one wasn't off by much.
No. Easton Embry at the plate now for the Quakers. It's a 1-0 count.
Well, let me mention one other thing. They don't want to go to their bullpen. Now, Earlham wants to get to that bullpen because I told you the numbers earlier. There is nobody out of that bullpen other than Logan King that has an ERA below 5. So you can see why they'd love to get a complete game out of this guy.
I do.
3-0.
3-0 count. Ball in there for a strike. So 3-1 count now for Embry. Embry is 1 for 1 in today's game. Hit a single to right field. And he hits one back up the middle, but Tremel is there, and he will lob it to first base for the first out of the inning.
You know, you look at pitchers like this young man, Tremel, is that good balance, came off, followed through, ball right into his glove.
Yep.
You know. Now, one hit really hard, but
still got to him. Number 31, right fielder Addison Robertson steps up to the plate. And first pitch will be a ball. Robertson looking to generate some kind of spark for the Quakers. And as you said, haven't had a runner since the 2nd inning.
Yeah, it's been a long drought, hasn't it?
Takes a strike. So 1-1.
And we don't know much about this young man that's throwing other than his numbers. He could be very well like anybody else. Once he gets rolling, he gets stronger as the game goes.
I mean, so far it looks that way. That ball just misses for ball 2. 2-1 count.
And you think about it, too, this is only the 2nd time through now for all these Earlham hitters.
Yeah.
Generally, by now, you at least might see some of those guys 3 through.
A check swing. The ump says he did go more than halfway, so it evens the count at 2-2. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Tremel's pitch is fouled off by Robertson. So he stays alive in the count.
You know, and for a guy like Addison who's trying to get this thing rolling, hitting wise, boy, you got to face another guy like this. You know?
Yeah.
Catch a break here, huh?
And honestly, you can tell by the way he's going to see a breaking ball right here.
Yep.
He hits it deep to center field, but Cook is under it, and he will make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So no hits, no base runners, and no runs for Earlham as they trail 3-0 going into the top of the 6th inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
Earlham Baseball brought to you this afternoon by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50 every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven-roasted chicken, and Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, got to get to that bullpen here pretty soon. The way this young man, Trammell, is throwing, it may not happen.
It may not happen. And We'll see how long Coach Sakrosich leaves Talcott in there. He's not doing a particularly bad job out there. It's just a couple of hits going Oshkosh way. They get a few in. You got an error to start off the game that ends up leading to a run, and Otts hits a bomb.
Yeah, he's not throwing bad.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 runs and 4 hits, I'd take that at this point.
You wouldn't complain about it. I also think it just makes the pitcher sometimes look like he's doing a much worse job than he is when you're not getting help from your offense.
Yeah. Well, I think they're a better hitting team than what their numbers show. They probably saw some pretty good competition.
And that's what I'm thinking, that you can easily get fooled by a team by their record. Oshkosh comes in at 3-6, and you're thinking, okay, maybe they're just not as good this year as they've normally been in the past. But, again, you said it right. They could be seeing some stiff competition. And Earlham hasn't really seen – they've split on good competition and modest competition.
Well, I think what they saw is that one is fouled off. I think what Earlham saw after Kenyon is they saw some pretty good teams down in Florida too.
Yeah.
And if you look back at some of those teams, a lot of those teams stayed in Florida a week. I mean, they were there the whole week from Sunday to Sunday playing, where Earlham kind of stayed in the middle. So they got a lot more playing time down there than maybe the Quakers did.
Mm-hmm. And you going back to Florida after Kenyon, they've seen – good competition down there, but they ended up losing. They went 1 for 3 down in Florida.
Yeah, they just didn't hit.
No. And I think that seems to be the recipe of all season. When they face good teams, they cannot muster up offense. Hinton hits one to first base. Hatfield is there, and he will go unassisted for the first out of the inning. And their defense has been playing very well. I mean, as I said, besides the first error of the game.
Yeah.
They haven't done too particularly bad. Offense is dead right now.
Yeah, they just cannot get it rolling.
No, they cannot. Now at the plate for Oshkosh, the second baseman, number 5, Hunter Staneski. He will take a ball for the first pitch of the at-bat, 1-0 count. So 1-0 count for Staneski. Count will be even up 1-1 after the strike.
I'm going to check something here in a moment. You look at the HCAC right now, there are only 3 teams under the 500 mark.
Which
Everybody's
means
playing pretty well.
There's going to be stiff competition this year.
Yeah, it's not going to be a cakewalk at all.
In there for strike 2. 1-2 count now. And I saw Franklin's numbers 7-3, and looking at last year's record, they only lost 5 games last year.
Yeah, and I venture to say they probably played a pretty good schedule to begin those first 10 games.
Staneski hits one. It goes right under Pensura's glove into the center field. So
that should be an error.
It should be an error, and it will go down as an error. So Staneski reaches base.
Well, we say that, but, of course, down at this end, who knows what's going on over here. Now, I think Tincher's okay. It's the guy next to him that I'm worried about because he really didn't know anything about baseball. He'll sit there and tell Tincher something completely different, and see, look at him being stoic down there.
So, runner on base for Oshkosh. Cade Bowman back at the plate for Oshkosh. He will take ball 1. There was only 1 out in the inning, and again, I think it goes back to now there's 2 errors for Earlham, and I haven't seen them in the previous years, but I feel like they haven't had as many errors in previous years as they've had this year.
Yeah, they've been pretty strong defensively. And nothing Pensura. I think maybe he kind of took his eye off the baseball at the last second. That guy was getting down the line pretty quick. I don't think he expected him to really get down the line as fast as he was. And once he took his eye off the baseball, it just went right underneath his glove. So.
Yep. Count 1-1 for Bowman. And, again, it's plays like that you're not really helping your pitcher out. Because if you think about it, you had the error in the first inning, which led to a run, if Addison makes that grab, there wouldn't have been no run. And now this one, and we'll see if it comes back to haunt the Quakers.
Well, how many times have we talked about that where
Yep.
the walks in the airs? And then, of course, now it's more pitches having to be thrown by Walter, too. So you kind of have to wait to see what happens at the end of the inning.
Exactly. 2-1 count for Bowman, though. We'll see if Staneski will take off Stanley. He will not. Fouled off by Bowman. So now that evens up the count 2-2.
But right now, you look at this game, key hits at key times, getting guys on base when they needed to, especially at the top of the order. That's been the biggest difference where the Quakers, they haven't had anybody yet get to second base. So Earlham hasn't had a chance to get anyone in scoring position.
Fouled off by Bowman, and he stays alive in that bat.
And it isn't like the Titans have had a ton of guys getting into scoring position, but when they have, other than the home run, which is automatic, the other two guys, they did.
Yeah. And clearly the difference in the ball game. But Earlham can't even get guys in scoring position, and that ball will sail high to make it a full count. 3-2. It's still only 1 out in the game, or in the inning, I'm sorry. Staneski at first base.
That's ball 4.
Ball 4. And there is somebody warming up in the bullpen for Earlham.
Batting the third baseman, number 28, Jonathan Selchak.
We got somebody warming up in the bullpen for Earlham.
That is Nate Hemrick out of Kokomo.
Hemrick. We do have a timeout as pitching coach going out to talk to Talcott. And I think we're getting indication we're going to be seeing the last of Talcott here in a few.
Well, he's probably on, again, a short leash right now because you know if the offense is struggling a little bit, you can't afford to give up much more at this point. Hemrick's a really talented right-hander, kid out of Kokomo, excellent baseball program, and I think they were very glad to get him. He was part of that team that, of course, their number one guy went to Purdue and actually started for them as a freshman this year in their first game. So it kind of shows you how good they were, and Hemrick is one of those guys. So heck of a baseball program at Kokomo.
So now runners on first and second with 1 out in the inning, and number 28, Jonathan Selchow, but he hits it in the foul territory. Hatfield there, and he will make the grab for the second out of the inning. And that was a big out right there for the Quakers, and if you're Oshkosh, that's a bad out right there.
Yeah, and you would hope maybe Selchow would be a little more patient. He struck out his second time up, did walk the first time, and, boy, you have two guys on, and you know that Talcott could be on the ropes right there, and you swing at the first pitch.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just always a guy like C1. I know I've been through twice, but I'd love to see maybe a pitch first before I swing away. But
unless it's right down the middle.
Unless, he throws me one right where I need it.
Eric Modaf. And he hits a shot to left field. McCabe is there. And
great catch. Oh, did he drop it?
Did he drop it?
Yep, he
dropped it. Coach Sakositz is not happy, and he's coming out to claim that McCabe actually caught the ball.
Well, I think, again, he dove for it, but he dropped the ball. It got out of his glove when he made that turn, and now they're going to appeal to the home plate umpire, but I don't think there's going to be any change right here.
I don't know either. I couldn't we saw that it went into his glove, but when he fell, we could not see if the ball rolled down. And honestly, if I'm McCabe right there, I just put my hands up saying I caught it.
Well, the one thing about it, if it's on the transfer out of the glove to the throwing hand, I could see that. But I don't think it was on the transfer at all.
I don't think so either.
So if you're Wisconsin-Oshkosh, you're saying no way. Yeah, see, I didn't think they would change that.
They will rule him safe. So does that go down as an error?
They're going to give him a base hit.
Give him a base hit. Okay.
And that'll give him an RBI as well.
And that will increase the lead 4-0. And you know what? Goes back to the error.
Yep, now 2 errors and 2 runs scored by Oshkosh off those errors. I think that Steve wants to argue, and he has every right to do so, but from our vantage point, McCabe, when he dove for it, that ball came out somewhere between the time that he went to the turf, because it wasn't when he was coming up to throw like you normally see. So.
And then because, and I think we're going to have a pitching change, because when he dove to the ground, and I think it came out because he quickly got up and threw it as if it did come out.
Yeah, he was trying to fool everybody. Well, we got a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in a moment. Quakers trail this one 4-0.
Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond. Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842.
As we mentioned, it was Nate Hemrick in the bullpen, the right-hander out of Kokomo. For Nate, this will be just his 4th appearance of the year. 4 1/3 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He is 0-1 on the season with an ERA of 6.23, but he is a part of that very, very good freshman class that Coach Sakasitz has brought in, and a lot of those guys are getting a chance to make a contribution early, and this is one of them right here. Goes about 6'3", played basketball at Kokomo as well. But this guy's certainly a baseball guy.
And you know what? They're going to need his pitching to close out the rest of this inning. And, just like we talked about, Troy, all could have been avoided if they didn't make the error.
Yeah, we'd be out of here, and Earlham would be hitting right now. But now you got to deal with it. You're going to have to find a way to overcome. Find a way. And the other problem is now, if you're a Quaker fan, and hopefully Hemrick maybe can get that one pitch, one out, is you got the top of their order. Now, you looked at the bottom of the order here a little bit ago. In fact, in this inning, they've been producing mainly because the air and the walk. Bowman is still a second, but now you got to deal with the top of the order.
Yep, now you got to deal with that. And which is Griffith Lukes stepping up to the plate.
Well, he has struck out twice looking. He's 0 for 3, but he's up there because he's a good leadoff hitter.
But we'll see how he does with the new pitcher up there. Hemmerich first pitch is a swing and a miss from Lukes for strike 1, 0-1 count.
I think eventually you'll see Hemrick as a starter, but as a freshman, there's guys in front of him, but I think in the next 3 years he'll be in a starting role.
I won't be surprised if it's next year, honestly.
It could be. Yeah, somebody have to fill those holes.
Exactly, because.
Oh, my.
Ooh. Umpire calls strike 2, so a quick 0-2 count.
And the Wisconsin-Oshkosh fans not happy at all.
And I think there's more Oshkosh fans than Earlham here. I would not be surprised. There may be a little bit of a tie.
Yeah,
it's about even.
Yep.
But an 0-2 count for Lukes. And that ball bounced off the turf. Nice block from Whistle. So now a 1-2 count. See if Hemmerich can get the Quakers out of this inning without allowing any more damage. Hemmerich gets his signal. And his pitch.
Ooh.
It is low for ball 2. So now the count even back up at 2-2. And once again, we got the crowd heckling the umpire.
No, there's lots of umpires right down here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what that's all about. That was close.
It was close, I will say that. Hemmerich pitch is fouled off. So Luke stays alive in the at-bat.
The majority of the innings have been eaten up on this staff by Talcott, Gerbis, Christian, Gorman, and Greavy. Earlham's going to need to see if some guys like Hemmerich can get some of those valuable innings, but so far he hasn't seen much action this year.
Well, it's a big opportunity for him, but throws it in the turf for ball 3, so now it's a full count for Lukes with 2 outs, so both runners will take off once Hemmerich gets in his pitching rotation.
You look at all the innings, anybody that's come out of the bullpen has only thrown. In fact, well, he got 1 start.
Yeah.
But in the combined of 125 innings, 99 have gone to those other guys. So only 26 innings out of the rest of the staff.
And those 26 innings came at a time when the game was pretty much over.
Yeah.
Runners take off. Hemmerich's pitch is fouled off by Lukes. So, again, he stays alive in the at-bat, protecting home plate.
I have to go back and look, but I think he might have gotten one of the starts down in Florida.
Who, Hemmerich?
Yeah.
Maybe. I think Florida was an opportunity for everybody to get a little taste of action.
Yeah.
Steps off the mound. Again, full count, 2 outs in the inning. Both runners will take off once Hemmerich pitches. Hemmerich's pitch is fouled off again by Lukes. He is making Hemmerich work for this out.
Well, you know, his batting average coming into this one was only 277. That has dropped down to 200. So he is, again, 0 for 3 today, but I think those numbers are a little misleading, too. Now he's DHing this afternoon. Well, there's a reason why he's in that leadoff spot.
Exactly.
And you can see him battling right here.
Hemmerich's pitch is fouled off again by Lukes. Was that 4 or 5 straight fouls right there?
Yeah, he's not fooling him right at this point. And tell you what, he was awful close, speaking of Lukes, of getting extra bases and scoring at least 1. Because he was way out in front on that swing. Well, and Nate's just a freshman. He's going to get stronger as time goes. They'll get him in the weight room and such, but he doesn't throw as hard as what you see Walter throw.
No.
Even
That's
at 6'3", he's not.
Yeah.
So I know the hitters will have to adjust as well, but so far this young guy's done just exactly what he's needed to do. And
as he steps off the mound. But as you said, because I don't think Walter was throwing that hard his freshman year compared to his senior year.
No, he just had a knack of getting outs, and his freshman year was just phenomenal. And I think it was a surprise to everybody what he was able to accomplish. I mean, he threw hard, but not that hard.
And Lukes hits it to Dopp at third base. Dopp will make the throw across the dive in. It comes out of the glove of Hatfield. And they go to second base, and they will lay the tag down for the 3rd out of the inning. What a weird sequence of events right there. I'm wondering why Moldoff rounded the bag so much. But either way, Oshkosh does get 1 run in that inning, so they will head into the bottom of the 6th, up 4-0 on the Wesley Baseball Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond. At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium, Earlham College baseball. Bottom of the 6th inning, Earlham trails 4-0, and we're honestly fortunate to be out of the half of the inning with a mistake from Moldorf rounding second baseman too far. I'm still confused on why he rounded it so far.
You know what? I would venture to say he thought that the out was going to happen at first, so he was thinking I got to keep going and wasn't expecting the error. As a base runner, you can't do that, of course, but
because think about it, we should have bases loaded right now, and that is Earlham's third error of the game.
Yes,
and Mark Gendreau at the plate right now, and he quickly gets ahead 2-0 in the count.
I mean, if you're a base runner in that last play, that was a routine out.
Yeah.
So that's why he took the big turn, and that was his mistake, yes, but in his defense, he's thinking, it's third out.
Exactly, I'll give him that. And Gendreau reaches base with 4 straight balls from Tremel.
Now, first base runner since way back in the second inning. He had retired 10 in a row up to that point.
And I think this goes back to what you were talking about, Gendreau. You know, he's kind of like that leadoff hitter at the ninth spot, and now he just shows why by drawing a quick walk. Isaiah Shake now at the plate for the Quakers. Nice breaking ball from Trent Mill, and he gets the first strike. 0-1 count for Shake.
Gendreau is not a prototypical base stealer. He can, but then the question is, do you want to try it here down 4-0?
That, and with him only in his second game back since the injury. So I think he's still getting the feel for running bases again.
Yeah, no, I just don't think you gamble right here.
I don't think so either.
I mean, you're down now. If you lose a base runner this late, that's a tough call.
And Shake takes that last pitch for strike 2. They try the pickoff play. Gendreau beats it back. But Shake is down 0-2 in the count. And, you know, he's taking both strikes, but knowing you're down 4-0, offense isn't doing that much. How many pitches do you take at the plate now?
You better get a good one.
And that ball is low for ball 1.
When as long as Trammell stays ahead in the count, he dictates how he's going to throw.
Yes.
You got to find a way to battle ahead of him and try to get him down 2-1, 3-1, and then get a good pitch to look at.
Won't be surprised if it's a breaking ball right here.
I wouldn't either.
And he actually hits him with that fastball, and Shake goes down looking for strike for the strikeout in the first out of the inning.
And that's something you can't do.
No.
Because you want to at least put the ball in play somehow.
But, I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad call by the ump on a missed pitch. That ball it seemed right down the middle.
And they'll tell you anytime if it's close, you got to at least take a swing at it.
Yeah, but we've seen it with Oshkosh. And, matter of fact, that last at-bat with Luke's, 5 straight pitches, he fouled off with 2 strikes no matter where. That was close. What's up with these runners nearly getting caught? Like, they all seem to sleep for some reason when they get on base.
Maybe he was looking at third base coach, still trying to get signs.
But you got to realize Trammell's got a quick arm over there. And that breaking ball in there for strike 1 for Cameron Whistle.
Yeah, you're right. He's got one of the better moves.
Yeah, he's got a quick pickoff move.
So if I'm Mark at first, I don't step off till I get the sign.
Exactly.
I doubt that's the case. He just got a good lead, and it was a great move.
0-1 count for Whistle. Ooh. Gendreau is getting close over there.
You know, Trammell throws it right where Bowman needs it to. All he has to do is sweep across, and, boy, just be awful careful now. That's a heck of a move, though.
Yes, it is. 0-1 count still for Whistle, 1 out in the inning. Tramel's pitch, breaking ball, just misses the outside corner for ball 1. So 1-1 count now for Whistle. He's got really good control of his breaking pitch. We don't really see a lot of pitchers so far this year with that kind of control.
Yeah, you can tell why he is the best pitcher on their staff. He's just got it all so far.
Whistle hits it to shortstop. He will take it himself at second. He will throw it to first for the out and the double play, which will end the inning. So a nice play by Ott at shortstop. And no runs, no hits for the Quakers. And we go to the top of the 7th. Earlham trailing 4-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Well, the Quakers down 4-0, and, Gerard didn't get it done in the 3 innings we gave him, so
Whoa. They didn't get it done, okay?
I noticed how you took credit when you won the last 2 games.
You know what? Yes, that is just that kind of day, okay? When they play well, I'll take credit for that. When they don't, it is not my philosophy.
You're starting to sound like Brian down there a little bit. Here is Dylan Ott to lead things off as Ott hit that solo shot back in the 5th inning. Takes the pitch outside. This is his first look at Nate. Right now, the pitcher of record for the Quakers will be the starter, Walter Talcott. That pitch is outside 2-0. Walter in line to lose already his 3rd game. He'd have 5 decisions under his belt this season, and he'd fall to 2-3. Quakers, no runs, 2 hits.
4 or 5 wins behind the all-time record.
He's going to get plenty of chances as that pitch inside. He's going to get plenty of chances to get that. They're going to ride him like Seattle Slew the rest of the way. If he's healthy and he feels good, he's going to pitch.
Yes, he is. Even if he's not fully healthy, he still might go out and pitch.
I think I would my senior year as that pitch inside. 4 straight. And so Ott is on base for the 3rd time today. First walk. And that'll bring up now Alex Cook. Cook singled in the 1st, doubled, stole a base, scored in the 3rd, and then flew out in the 5th inning. We remind you, as always, live scoring. In fact, stats, everything. GoEarlham.com as we go throughout this afternoon. You can also follow along as the men's lacrosse team in action this afternoon as they are now underway. They could be close to halftime of their matchup as that pitch is outside. So 5 straight balls put on the board now by Nate Hemrick. And now we have action in the bullpen for the Quakers. We'll see what that is in a couple of moments. Looks like Zach Brake may be starting to limber up.
Our lacrosse team is actually trailing 5-0 right now.
That'll get by the catcher whistle. So now a runner at second base. So that's a wild pitch for sure. Catchers always get the benefit of the doubt, as they should. the hardest workers on the field as always. 2 balls and no strikes.
Either way, I moved to second base.
If Brian would have told me it was a wild pitch, I'd have said pass ball. So I'm going to opposite. There's a check swing. 2 balls and a strike now to Cook. So the men are down 5-0, which, after that loss they had the other night against Transylvania, 5's not bad right now.
Well, I said that loss to Transylvania could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Well, they're the, 2-time, 3-time defending champions. They're pretty good. And that one hit shallow left. Coming on will be McCabe. He'll make the catch, and Ott will retreat back to second, so 1 away.
That's what I heard, that Transylvania is really good in the lacrosse field.
Very good. Here's Ratty. The men's game is so much different from the women if you stand outside and listen, and not that either one's bad or good, but you watch the men just slapping around at each other with their sticks, and it's like they really don't like each other at all, man. They're whacking each other.
I know, right?
It's crazy. It's just a crazy game.
Runner takes off for third base. Whistles throw to first is...
Oh, late call. Well, the runner, Ott, got a good jump, and they're going to say it wasn't good enough as he is thrown out by Whistle down at third base. So
that was a late call, though.
That was a little late. I'm not so sure, but it seems like to me that we had one of those earlier. I'm not sure that the two guys that are here today umpiring are quite on the same page. Kind of look at each other like, you want to take that call or will I take it? 1 ball and 1 strike. Ratty 0 for 3. Two away here in the top of the 7th inning as that pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Ratty struck out looking back in the first, flew out in the third, grounded out in the 5th inning. Quakers again, no runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors. And Oshkosh 4, 5, and 0. Hamrick's pitch in there for a strike.
Well, in today's game, Oshkosh is 5 for 25. 8 strikeouts, 2 extra base hits, 3 and 11 with runners on base. Earlham is 2 for 18. 0 for 5 with runners on base. Ouch. 6 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Swing and a miss. And that will do it for Oshkosh here in the top of the 7th inning. Bats need to get going here pretty quick as the Quakers trail this one 4-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Danny Dopp will lead things off, and the first pitch he will see is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Danny 0 for 2 this afternoon. He has struck out both times. Tremmel back in. The right-hander set to throw, and the fastball lifted high in the air to the right side. Modoff near the line will make the catch, and again battling that high sky, and there's quickly one away here in the 7th.
Well, doesn't seem any of Oshkosh defenders are having trouble by the sun.
Tell you what, I'd be falling down like Otis Campbell out there in right field against that high sky. Here's Pensura. Pensura flew out his first time, struck out looking in the 4th inning. Pitches outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Quick pitch again, and looking to bunt is Pensura. He'll offer, and the count at 1-1. My name is being thrown around like trash down there, isn't it? Breaking pitch in there for a strike. You know, the thing is that they do that. They know we can't hear them very well, so they just throw it around like they can do anything they want.
Yeah, but they won't say it when we got our headphones off.
That's right. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Little did they know we have the big guns behind us. Avis Stewart is here.
Yep.
He'll take care of us. Break him and pitch on the way. Grounded back up the middle. Here's Ott near the bag. Throw to first. That's a strong throw.
Yes, it is.
2 away.
And this whole game, Earlham just has not been able to figure out how to hit this guy.
Yeah, 2 hits, and they have had 1 base runner since the 2nd inning. And by the way, both those hits came in that 2nd inning.
Yeah.
And they've had the 1 walk. That was Mark Jandro in the 6th, and that's been it. So here is Hatfield, and he'll take a breaking pitch.
That breaking pitch is just filthy.
It's almost illegal.
Almost.
Here's the 0-1. And when he misses to the point where you're not going to hit it no matter what. So he's not making a mistake. But then he gets you leaning out over there, and the next thing you know, we come back with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hatfield. The pitch. He caught the outside corner. See, that guy paints that about as well as anybody we have seen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Earlham now down to their final 7 outs of this ball game. Tremmel gets the sign from Hinton. Here's the pitch. Now, what he just kind of overthrew. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hatfield grounded out back in the 2nd, popped up in the 4th. Game 2 will be about 25-30 minutes following this conclusion. Ground ball to the shortstop, Ott. Off the throw, and picking up is Bowman. Lays the tag on, and that'll do it. Quakers go easily here in the bottom of the 7th inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. There you see it. Oshkosh on top of this one, 4-0.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Well, Earlham fans here today, at least in Game 1, just haven't had much to cheer about. They go down easily in the last half inning, so now we'll go to the 8th. It'll be Hinton, Staneski, and Bowman, barring any pinch hitters here in this 8th inning. Nate Hemrick back in for another inning of work. He's gone 1 and a third inning so far. That pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Again, live stats as we go throughout the afternoon on GoEarlham.com. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the right side, deep in the hole for Jandro. The throw to first in time, and there's one away.
It's a good move and play right there from Jandro. He's looking fully healthy, more by the inning.
Well, he brings, again, that defensive ability at second base that I'm not saying you're missing with anybody else, but he is a guy who played very well as a freshman last year. And, of course, we know about what he can do in the hitting department. Staneski steps to the plate. His 4th plate appearance and his first look at Nate Hemrick. And the pitch is a little bit low, 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, Staneski scored on that error in the 6th inning. 2 of those runs, that one hits him. 2 of those runs unearned.
Oh, the umpire called him back.
Oh, my. Now, listen, let's be very brutally honest about this. We have seen hitters literally just stand there and they get first base. Now, Staneski did move a little bit. I mean, it was, yeah, you're right, it was a twitch, but at least he moved. Well, now Staneski, you can tell with our names, we're very close in relation from many, many years ago. So that's a chopper to the third baseman, Danny Dopp. Throw to first, and he is safe. There's another error. So Earlham now with their 4th error.
Was that a little bit of a makeup call right there?
Well, unless that the first baseman Hatfield got the tag on, which you'd have to,
said no.
Yeah, and the only way you'd have to ask the home plate umpire if he saw the tag, but apparently it pulls him off, and so the Quakers now with 4 errors, and here's Cade Bowman. So Staneski down at first as Bowman 0 for 2 with a walk. Hamrick's pitch on the way is hit in the hole. That's going to be tough. There's a base hit.
And what do we say about errors?
They always come back to get you, huh?
Yes, they do.
6 hits now by Oshkosh, and that'll bring up now Jonathan Selchow. Selchow 0 for 2 with a walk. You know, nobody really likes him at all.
Nah.
Here's the pitch on the way. Hit well down the line. Diving is Dopp. Makes the stab. Steps on third. Throws to first and gets the double play.
That's a hell of a play by Danny Dopp right there.
And if he doesn't make that play, there's no doubt about it, this inning would continue. That would have been extra bases. So the defensive play of the game just made by Danny Dopp. Quakers still trail 4-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
We are back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. The Quakers trail it 4-0 as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. McCabe, Embry, and Robertson all due up. And let's see now if the Quakers can play off that great defensive play by Danny Dopp that ended the last half inning, as McCabe will take that first pitch for a strike. McCabe, one of the 2 hits, and that one will hit him. Now the fans for Oshkosh are like, now wait a minute. He barely moved, and he let you at first base. Oh, my. Well, you do have to kind of wonder on that a little bit, don't you? Because it looked like he may have moved a little bit more than what we saw the Oshkosh player do. So here's Embry. Well, the head coach only came out, said a couple of things, got his message across, and he went back. Embry 1 for 2, hits it foul. No balls and a strike. So the Quakers have a man on only the second time since back in inning number 2. Tremmel throws to first. Tag laid on, but not in time, and a short lead by McCabe. I wonder what he said when he came out, because it was short. It was short and sweet, I have a feeling, as that pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Embry. The stretch in the 0-2 pitch, hit foul. Embry hanging in there. By the way, he didn't even make it all the way out there, though.
I know, right?
Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kevin Tomaszewicz is the head coach's name. Tomaszewicz. The stretch and the pitch. Check swing and got him.
He got him.
So Embry strikes out. 1 away, and here's Addison Robertson. Seven strikeouts now by Tremmel. Robertson 0 for 2 today. Here's the throw to first. Boy, McCabe went in standing up.
Yeah, there might be
close.
some danger right there. You should slide every time with this quick pickoff throw Tremmel's got.
Boy, and he hasn't been off the mark either. It's
No,
right.
he has not.
It's right where the first baseman needs it. 1 ball, no strikes. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom half of the order here for the Quakers. Good cut by Robertson as he fouls it to the screen, and the count is even at 1-1. This is where you really need to get something going here. I hate to go into that 9th inning down by 4. Got to at least get 1. Good breaking pitch, ground ball to the third baseman. Selchow gets 1 at second, not in time at first, but they get the lead runner at second base, so no matter how you look at McCabe and how he got on base, it doesn't matter now because he is no longer on the base paths. Here's Mark Jandro.
Cannot muster up any offense.
Tremmel once again set to throw, and that pitch is outside, 1-0. The stretch by Tremmel and the pitch line back up the middle. There's a base hit. So Mark with a 2-out single. And Earlham now has runners at first and second. Only the Quakers' third hit. And now to the top of the order, and Isaiah Shake.
And that's their first since the second inning, right?
That is their first base hit since way back when Embry got a single, yes, in inning number 2. In fact, the Quakers since that time have only had 4 base runners. That pitch inside. And
yeah, got him.
The runner at second base, Addison Robertson, is the first base runner to reach at second base so far today.
That honestly sums up the Quaker offense in today's game.
It does. That pitch is outside, 2-0. No one is throwing for the Titans. They don't feel a need to yet, but a quick visit to the mound will try to settle things down for Tremmel. Want to remind everybody again that when this game is over, you're probably looking at about 25-30 minutes between Game 1 and Game 2. Gives everybody a chance to stretch their legs up here, and then, of course, the players get a chance to grab a quick bite to eat and then get ready for that second contest. And, of course, Wisconsin-Oshkosh will stay the night and then play again tomorrow at noon. So it'll be, again, a 3-game series. They got a long way to go to get home tomorrow.
Yeah. This is not just a small drive. How far is Oshkosh?
Well, Milwaukee is here. Chicago's about 4. Probably another hour or so, hour and a half to Milwaukee. So there's 5.5. Probably another hour. So it's probably 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on if they stop. Bus ride, of course, not as fast.
Yeah.
So it'll be a while. So here's Isaiah Shake. Now that's probably a conservative number. Isaiah struck out looking his last time up. Quakers have 2 runners on, and the fastball is up high.
Maybe Tremmel getting a little tired right there. Down 3-0 in the count. Quakers opportunity to load the bases.
The 3-0 pitch right down the middle. Isaiah 0 for 3. The stretch by Tremmel and the pitch. Missed it badly outside, and the bases are loaded. And now there's a right-hander up for the Titans.
Catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
So here is Cameron Whistle.
Big opportunity for the Quakers. They're rare time we've seen bases loaded or any runners in scoring position.
Boy, and it'd be big to chase this guy right here.
Yeah.
And it also could be your last opportunity to get to him. I don't know if they'll bring him back in the 9th inning, but he would probably feel pretty good getting out of this jam.
Any pitcher would.
There's a strike.
But now Whistle down 0-2.
Boy, it's a big at-bat right here for Cameron Whistle. Coming into this one at 367, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. The stretch by Tremmel. And the pitch on the way, it's up high. And that's a pretty good waist pitch. Try to get him to chase something out of the strike zone. Robertson down at third. Jondro's at second. Shake is at first. The pitch, inside out swing, and that's fouled away and out of play down the left side.
Way to stay alive. Way to stay alive.
Well, this is another first where the Quakers have a runner at third. The first time they've had 2 runners at second. The first time they've had the bases loaded today. Still only 3 hits. That one got away from him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One of the rare times we've seen the breaking ball get away from him.
Yeah, it doesn't happen much. Danny Dopp standing on deck. He's hoping that this inning will stay alive. The break-even pitch on the way struck him out.
Man.
Well, how big was that right there for Wisconsin-Oshkosh? And the Quakers leave the bases loaded in the 8th. We will head to the top of inning number 9 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. The Titans lead at 4-0.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as the Quakers trail at 4-0. We head to the 9th. Modoff will lead it off, followed by Lukes and Ott. Again, barring any pinch hitters we may see. Nate Hemrick back out for another inning of work. He's held the fort so far through the last 2 innings, giving up just 1 hit and a walk, a strikeout, a couple of errors since he has been in the ball game. Modoff 1 for 3 this afternoon. Did pick up a single back in the 6th inning. That was before Hemrick came on the scene. The pitch, he'll lay down the bunt. It's off the plate, and that'll be a foul ball.
Take strikes any way you can get them.
There is a right-hander throwing again for the Quakers. That is still number 20 in the bullpen. We talked about Zach Brake earlier. Haven't seen a whole lot of Brake this year. Ground ball to the second baseman. Jandro throws to first. There's one away. And we'll head to the top of the order now in Griffith Lukes.
Batting the designated hitter, number 26.
Lukes. 0 for 4. Reached on an error back in the 6th inning. In fact, that was the first time Hemrick was in the ball game, and the breaking pitch is inside, 1-0. The Titans looking for their 4th win of the year. It'd be their 2nd straight over a HCAC team. Here's a line drive into right field, and on the slide will be Robertson to make the catch, and there's 2 away. Here's Dylan Ott.
Quick 2 outs. Nice start to the inning for the Quakers. Good job by Hemrick to get ahead of these batters and finish out the inning strong and see what you can do in your last at-bats for the game.
And if you're looking ahead, it'll be Dopp, Pinsur, and Hatfield. Hemrick's pitch is low and outside, 1-0. Ott reached on an error in the 1st inning, scored, struck out in the 3rd, homered in the 5th. That was a solo shot, and then walked in the 7th inning. That home run was a home run over the monster in left field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Now, he didn't move. He was getting that base. I don't care what was going to go on there. He could have reached out and grabbed that baseball, and they were going to give him first base. So he takes one for the team, and that'll bring up Alex Cook.
Number 32, Alex Cook.
So you're going to look back at that. The first guy moves a little bit, Second guy moves a little bit. He doesn't get on, and then this guy doesn't move at all and gets on. It's a strange game. Cook 2 for 4. Hits this one well into left center field. Shake going back on it. He won't get to this one. That'll be a ground rule double as it bounces over the fence just to the right of the 375 mark. And for Alex Cook, his second double. He has 3 hits on the afternoon. And now the Titans have runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Well, I think Earlham just caught a break right there, because if that didn't go over the fence, Otts was going to score.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Here's Ratty. 0 for 4, couple of strikeouts. If I'm kind of looking at this right now, that they score another run, we'll probably see Tremmel back in for the 9th. We might see him anyway because, again, he's their best thrower.
Yeah.
That's a swing and a miss, but I think they would love to get 1 more, maybe 2, just to settle that issue. 7 hits now by Wisconsin-Oshkosh. So Ott's at third. Cook is at second base. Nate Hemrick trying to get out of the inning. The pitch. Breaking ball is low. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Come on now. Draw ball.
Long look this time by Nate into his catcher whistle, and he'll step off the pitching rubber, and we'll go through a series of signs once again. The stretch. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball inside, 2-1.
Again, if you're Hemorrhage in the defense, you have to do anything at all costs to prevent these 2 runs from getting across the plate. I mean, it's already a really tough mountain to climb down 4-0 in the night, but you talk about 6-0, and you know,
you're hitting today.
Yeah, I mean, Earlham blew a chance to get back in it last inning.
Pitch is outside, 3-1. Now he's just 1 ball away from loading things up for Hinton. We do not know who will start in Game 2 yet. We'll find out, I'm sure, shortly after we are finished with this contest. Time is called. Greavy, Gorman, Gerbis, they've all pitched well. So one of those 3, of course, Jordan Christian has seen some action in both the bullpen and as a starter. Here's your 3-1 pitch by Nate, and he comes inside and misses, and that'll be ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Uh-oh. And we may have a pitching change.
Well, there's at least going to be a visit. And once they point that way, and they have, so there will be a new pitcher. Zach Brake will come in with the bases loaded here in the top of the 9th inning as the Quakers trail this one 4-0 in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. We mentioned that Zach Brake had been in the bullpen for quite a while, and he is now coming in to pitch for the Quakers. Zach hasn't seen a whole lot of action this year. This is just his 3rd appearance. He has thrown 1 inning, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, a strikeout, and a walk. He does have a save to his credit. No record so far this year, and an ERA of 9. And he's going to try to get 1 more out here in the 9th inning. So then the Quakers can go to work in the bottom of the 9th inning and try to get back and perhaps give themselves at least a chance to win this contest down 4-0. But as you said a little bit ago, you can't give up another run.
No.
That hill just got a little bit bigger.
Yes. And it's already a big hill, like we just said, trying to climb out of a 4-0 deficit. But you talk about climbing up a 5, 6, 7 deficit.
Not today.
Yeah,
not in
the way
game 1. So here is Hinton. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. His hit came back in the 1st inning. And Brake's first pitch on the way is in there for a strike. Baseball crowd, I know it's a little bit cool today, but at least some sunshine, chance to enjoy some college baseball here on this Saturday afternoon. The stretch by Brake. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball, and it's fouled off, and it's 0-2.
Well, good start for Brake coming out of the bullpen. Quick 0-2 count.
He doesn't throw really hard, but does have a pretty decent breaking pitch. But again, the innings, he just hasn't had much so far on the mound. The pitch on the way, and it's hit right back up the middle. 1 run will score.
I think 2 runs is coming across the board.
Here's the throw to the plate. It's off the mark, and boy, that one nearly took the head off of Zach Brake, and it's now 6-0. And that was hit well. So Hinton gets his 2nd base hit of the afternoon, and here is Staneski.
The second baseman, number 5, Hunter Staneski.
Well, what couldn't happen happened.
Yep, and again, firm believer in games aren't over till it's over, but the way Earlham has hit, you'd have to
have a lot happen.
Yes.
Well, the first thing is you got to see if Tremmel's coming back, and if he is, the odds went down a little bit more. But if you got to get to that bullpen, and they do have a right-hander throwing, but I don't know. We'll wait and see.
I don't know either. But again, the way we're hitting the ball, 6 runs it's way out of the park right now.
Yeah, well, when you're struggling, 6 looks like 12.
Yeah. And again, last inning was the first time we got a runner on 3rd in the game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Brake checking the runner at 2nd base, and the pitch on the way hit well into left field. Going back on it, McCabe. That's going to be at the base of the fence. Another run will score. 2 runs will score at 2nd base for the double, and the plate not in time. And the inning
just gets longer.
That one right at the base of the fence. It was hit well enough. There was nothing McCabe could do, and so Staneski gets a double. And here's Cade Bowman. So that is now 4 runs in the inning, and it's all of a sudden 8-0. Bowman singled his last time up in the 8th inning. The pitch on the way is low for a ball. And it's 1 ball and no strikes.
And this game just, like we said, continues to get longer and longer for the Quakers.
Well, now there is no one throwing in the Earlham bullpen, as you probably would expect no one would. They're going to let Brake finish this out and not use anybody else.
And to think, this all happened with 2 outs in the inning.
Fly ball right field. Robertson going back. Robertson makes the catch on the run, but the Quakers have really put themselves in a big hole. We will head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Wisconsin-Oshkosh putting 4 runs on the board on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. They lead at 8-0.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
I think the pitching issue was settled when the Titans got 4 more runs, so Tremo's back.
Will come back out, try to finish the 3rd complete game of the season. And you can't blame the coaching staff, and he's been pitching very well today. Let him finish it.
And he'll get plenty of time to rest.
And I also think, the mindset behind it is why throw a pitcher out now? Just use him next game.
Yeah.
And
that'll be the same. I know there's somebody warming up for the Quakers, but it probably isn't going to happen as that pitch is inside 2-0. But you still have 2 more games in the series.
Probably just warming him up for the next game.
Tremel's next pitch in there for a strike, and if you're Tremel right now, all you do is throw strikes.
That's all you got to do.
8 runs, 9 hits by Oshkosh here this afternoon in the first game of the 3-game series. That pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. I think all this happened because of Hornswoggle is what. Here's your pitch. This one hit down the right field line. Coming over is Modoff. Can't get to it. Yeah, we'll go to 3-2. Dopp, Pinsur, and Hatfield all due up. Quakers came in. We mentioned their batting average was at 264. That number is going to drop. Of course, we'll talk, I'm sure, plenty in game number 2 where the Quakers offense stands as that one is ripped foul. Look out. I'm not so sure I'd stand out there.
I would not be sitting on the bench, I ain't gonna lie.
And you know what, I'd sit on this side too, because very rarely is the ball going to hit me on this side. Here's your payoff pitch on the way. Popped him up. Left side, Ott going out. The center fielder coming in, and he'll make the call as Cook is there. Came up right at the last second to make the catch, and there's one away. Here is Brian Pinsura. Brian 0 for 3.
The shortstop, number 4, Brian Pinsura.
Let's see. 3 for 26 in today's game.
That's not a good number.
8 strikeouts in the game.
That's not good either.
And 1 for 9 with runners on, and 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position.
Here's a strike. Yeah, numbers in baseball generally don't lie very often.
And to think, their 3 hits came from the 6th, 7th, and 9th batter.
Yeah.
So their hitters 1 through 5. The heart of the lineup, 0-16.
Yeah, there's 0 for 3 at the top. Whistle 0 for 3.
Dopp
0 for 4. That's a foul ball.
Pensura 0 for 3, maybe going 0 for 4 right here.
Yeah.
And Hatfield is 0 for 3 right now.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's tough. You got to get those guys
tough.
going. And again, they're your best hitters. 370, 367, 306, 348, all coming into this game. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch inside, 2-2. Treble trying to complete this one. Not only get the complete game, but a complete game shutout as the pitch is outside, 3-2. I'm not sure he has a shutout this year. Let me check. He does not, so this would be his first shutout. But again, his 3rd complete game. That's fouled off.
You know what? We were talking about the HCHC rosters earlier, or their schedule so far. So I'm going to look up Franklin, see if we talked about them playing a very tough preseason schedule.
All right. Time called now by Pensura.
Well, their first 2 games of the year were canceled in Jacksonville, Illinois, not Florida. But they had another 2 games canceled.
Got him looking.
Man.
That was another one of those nasty breaking balls.
I will say that they've won every series, so they did lose to Calvin College.
They're very good.
They lost 18-9 to Wilmington.
Really?
Yeah, shocker.
Here is Hatfield 0 for 3. By the way, Pensura will have to write him down for an 0 for 4 now. 2 balls, no strikes. Hatfield grounded out back in the 2nd, flew out in the 4th, and grounded out in the 7th.
And turns out today, all the way through next Wednesday, Franklin's in Florida.
Are they?
Must be their spring break.
So.
Must be their spring break.
Yep. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 4. So the Quakers have a man on here in the 9th inning. Here is McCabe. McCabe 0 for 3. Take that back. He is 1 for 3. I'll take that back. 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch in the 8th inning. That pitch in there for a strike. McCabe did pick up a single back in the 2nd. One of only 3 hits. Tremel's pitch on the way back up the middle. He'll get number 2. So now the Quakers have runners at 1st and 2nd, 4th hit of the ball game. And with 2 out, here is a pinch hitter.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 49, Easton Embry.
Nope, it's going to be Embry. We do have a visit to the mound. And that's going to do it for Tremel. So a pitching change. Tremel will not get the complete game here this afternoon. We'll tell you about their new pitcher coming up in just a moment. Wisconsin-Oshkosh on top of this one, 8-0 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
The new pitcher for Wisconsin-Oshkosh will be a freshman, Cameron Crawford, 6'3", 210. He is out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, pitched at Southwest High School. And this is his first chance to throw this year. In fact, all the numbers say that he has not seen the baseball yet. Quakers, again, will have runners on at first and second for Embry. Embry so far today is 1 for 3, did single back in the second inning. Again, 2 away. The pitch, that's a strike. He, along with his teammate Tyler Baston out of Southwest High School, both pitchers on this roster, and there's a strike. So Embry quickly down at 0-2. I would venture that Green Bay would be that in Milwaukee, a huge area to recruit.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's low. And it's now 1-2. Quakers lose this one, they'll be just one game above the 500 mark at 8-7. The stretch by Crawford and the pitch on the way got him. So that will do it. The Quakers will lose this one here this afternoon by a final score of 8-0 as Embry strikes out to end the ball game. On your final line score, it was 8 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Titans. The Quakers, no runs on just 4 hits. They commit 4 errors. And so about 30 minutes, we'll have game 2. They'll have to refocus and find a way to get some bats going in the second game.
And if their offense continues to play like this, Earlham will struggle to find any kind of wins.
Well, hopefully they won't see a guy like what they saw in Tremmel in the first game. We'll, again, give you all the details when we get going in game number 2. So the first game goes to the Titans 8-0. Thanks for being with us. Again, in about 30 minutes, we'll have game 2. All the action right here, Radio Troy Digital Sports.